Rocky Carson has turned his small competitive space into a broad sanctuary of deep conviction.
I feel his presence most when he's radiating through me rather than just in me when I'm on the court. I get to share it in a way of competing, in a way that represents him.
He's both a relentless competitor and man of principle, embracing a foundation not just to succeed, but to handle success as one of the greatest racquetball players ever. A record 5-time world champion and winner of 19 national titles, Carson's longevity is unmatched. Ranked first in the world twice over a decade, earning a presence as one of racquetball's leading spokesmen.
So, Rocky, what descriptions best paint championship racquetball?
Well, the ball travels up over 180 miles an hour. You could almost call it controlled chaos. Extreme athleticism with quite a bit of strategy and patience.
40 by 20 feet. How do you take what would appear to be such a closed, small area and open it up to multiple options?
In a lot of sports, you don't have walls to work with. When you are boxed in like that, it starts becoming a little bit tight. At the same time, you start looking at the walls and all the angles that you have to work with. It opens up a realm of opportunities and the creativeness that you can come out with on a shot or a serve that maybe others are not really expecting.
You're also using touch, as well as it's a little bit of a checkers chess match. So there's a lot of strategy too. Sometimes it's very little strategy and you want to just pound the crap out of the ball and be physical.
Do you have an on switch as a competitor?
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. That's what I love. Knowing that go time is coming up, little anxiety, ready to roll, and knowing I better be ready mentally, physically, spiritually, that moment.
These are individuals you know. Some
Right.
of them maybe even colleagues, friends.
Yep.
What is your approach to them as an opponent?
Well, I want to see the best for them, but not at my expense. I love seeing them do well. I want to see them do well. But when it comes to me versus you, I want to crush everybody the moment I get on the court. I don't want you to feel like you belong. And that's the competitive nature in me. Not that I want bad for you. I just don't want good for you today.
You've got the rarity, 5-time consecutive world champion. How does one title elevate you for the next?
That first title is when you're at the top of the games, I finally got it. But once you have it, at least for me, I didn't want anybody else to have it either.
Intense competition, and your opponent is right next to you. Do you find it draws the best and the worst out of your humanity?
I love the competitive nature of what I get to do. The intensity, the grind, there's physical contact at times, and we both want to have what each other is going for. There's no give up in that. There's times I've walked off the court thinking, man, I've won the match, but did I lose the battle in a way? Sometimes that battle's within.
Is a competitor the expression of excellence?
I think a competitor can be the expression of greatness and excellence. When you're able to hone in on something and be disciplined and everything's working together, it can be majestic in some ways almost surreal to be in that moment, and it feels amazing. Titles do feel good, but they're momentarily. I feel most fulfilled when I'm closest to the Lord, not winning titles.
How have fundamentals befriended you?
Fundamentals are the foundation of anything we do. Everybody looks at the results of something, but the best athletes and the most successful athletes are the most fundamental athletes. They're just building from the bottom up. We try to build these fundamentals in life, especially myself as a Christian, and having the Bible to guide me along with that. You take those fundamentals and you know who you are.
The limited space of racquetball and the vastness as a surfer, what does the sea bring you that the court can't?
The racquetball court has been my office since I was about 16 years old. I went professional at 18, but the moment I get in the water, I'm right there in what God made with his own hands. Paddle out and catch a few waves. Gives me a lot of peace.
We saw you out with the kids teaching them surfing. You're a dad of 2. Where's your heart in mentoring next generation?
I had great mentorship from my dad, and he brought principles into my life at a young age. Perseverance. I had great parents. I had great family, my wife, but be able to teach fundamentals of life, how to respond in ways that they can take not just on a field or in water or on a court, but in life. Be given that responsibility and opportunity is an honor.
Where does the kingdom of heaven fit within that 40 by 20 court?
Well, as we look at ourselves as Christians and representations of who Christ is, I look at the principles that were given to us from the Bible that I've been given outside the court is what I want to reflect on the court. At 180 miles an hour or not. The actions, I think, speak so much more than the words. My job is to reflect him. And if I do that well, that's a success.